them, some of you have sent across the assignments. Much appreciated for for sending that across. Very much interesting as as always. I'm so glad that a couple of them actually they've picked up the concepts, what they wanted to do, and some of them actually probably some of them have muddled up in defining the rather distinguishing between the requirements and test scenarios and test cases and everything. But yeah, we can go through them. Probably you'll understand once again, and see if we can actually better what we have learned, okay, so far. So, just some time back I was going through the assignments, okay. So let me take Ms. Bar's the assignment here. Let me know if you're able to see my screen. Yeah, it's a very interesting one.
Yes, sir.
Excellent, thank you. So it's I must say, like, it's near to what I was expecting, this one. But yeah, we will refine much more, and we'll see how we can actually come up with different scenarios and rest of them. Okay, test cases. Now, it has been given like in the introduction, which is really good. Okay, we talk about what exactly it is. Okay, introduction of Amazon, okay, is a vast internet-based enterprise that sells books, music, movies, housewares, electronics, blah, blah, blah. And yeah, so, and the thing is, it has millions of customers, okay, which is a very good one, okay, a very good introduction, I must say. Now comes the scenarios, it has been written here, okay. So when you, oh, sorry, it stopped screen sharing. Are you able to see my screen again?
Yes, sir.
Okay, yeah, proceed. Okay, thank you. So the login scenarios, okay, if when you already logged into the Amazon and revisit the website, it will show you special box that shows you are already identified, and it requires you to enter password to next page, and for that flow it only shows sign in box as shown below. Okay, I'm really sorry, I'm not very much Amazon based buyer, or I don't use much Amazon, but I have a fair idea, knowledge. Okay, the reason why I said because it is mentioned that it requires to enter the some some special thing, what it is. Okay, I'm really sorry. Okay, muddled up. Show you a special box that shows you are already identified. So I'm not sure about that one. Okay, but yeah, that's fine. It requires you to enter the password to to next page. I'm not sure what is next page, so probably we need to define the sentence. Probably we might need to enter the password in the next page, could be. Okay, and for and for that flow it only shows sign in box as shown below. Okay, now let's take an example of this itself. Okay, now sign in with your Amazon account, and we have something called sign in, and it also giving you a message, not Mahesh, and click here to sign in as a different user, and you will be signed in using our secure server. Okay, now there are a couple of things actually here. Now, okay, if the user has not logged in before, then it shows you username and password through the flow. It takes the username at first, and then password is added to the next page. Okay, that is how it is. Okay. Okay. Now there are a couple of scenarios. Let's identify. Okay, I'm going to just write in comments here. Okay. Yeah, I'll write in the comments. Okay. The first thing here, okay, the logging in. That is our scenario. Okay. Under that, okay, probably I can mention that, okay. Okay. And do you see this? Okay. What I've done, I written a scenario for identifying the existing users. So what it is mentioned here. So if you're an existing user, so it would give you an a window to log in via your credentials. Okay. And then login pages for existing users. Probably the way the page would be displayed for the existing users, and the page what it has been will be shown for the new users, basically. Okay. Now here, if you see here, click here to sign in as a different users. Okay. It is identifying it is whether you are Mahesh or not Mahesh. If you are not Mahesh, then click here. So it is trying to identify, right? Now,
Yes, sir.
if you come here, okay, you have couple of things here. Okay. As I correctly guessed it. Okay. Now, when you click on the login here, okay, or sign in here, it'll take you to this particular page. All right. Login, and then enter your email or mobile number, password, and then login.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Or keep me signed in. That is another option. Okay. That's another scenario. Or if you are new to this, and create your Amazon account. Okay. Now comes, let's take an example of the first scenario, because we talked about logging in, right? Okay.
Yes,
And
sir.
identifying the existing user. This is my scenario, basically. Okay. And then login pages for the existing users and login page for the new users. Okay. Now, if I'm taking an example of, okay, the scenario, I'm writing the test steps for my scenario one. Okay. So that means, like, now let me put this as A, B, and C. See, what we have done is we identified a different scenarios of sign in, or logging in, identifying the existing users, new users, and the login page for the new users and the existing users. Now I'll try to test or write some sort of a steps to verify my first scenario. Okay. Identifying the existing users. Okay. Assume you've logged into the into the Amazon account earlier. Okay, where it stored your username and password. This is my assumptions. Okay. And your password has been your username and password is actually stored on the browser. Now, so I'll say scenario A. Okay.
Okay, sir.
That is, okay, identifying the existing users.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Okay, sir.
Now it comes, okay, I'll write test steps. Why do we use test steps? To verify whether that particular functionality or the scenario is working as expected. Okay. I said assumptions. The credentials the user should have logged in into the Amazon previously and saved their credentials in the browser. Correct? This is my assumption. Okay?
Okay, sir.
Now comes the test steps. Okay? So click on
Amazon.
Internet Explorer, whatever, or Google Chrome, you call it as, okay? Whatever. First, you need to launch this browser, right? The next comes, okay? Enter www.amazon.in in the browser. Okay? Next,
Okay, sir.
verify
Sure.
if the website, Amazon website loaded appropriately or loaded successfully. Correct? This is what the steps we follow, right?
Yes, sir.
And then
Yes, sir.
check if the message I'm referring to this image, okay? Check if the message displayed in the browser as mentioned in the screenshot.
Screenshot.
Okay. Now, what it should happen.
Mm.
So we are checking that one. Okay. Now, for fifth, verify if the username is automatically identified and displayed in the
Amazon.
screen. Okay. Or in a website. That means
Okay.
I'm referring to this one. Can you see
Okay.
this?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
And 6, okay, click on sign in. Okay.
Okay.
Then once we click on that sign in, we'll have what?
Login page.
Okay, login page. Verify if the login page is successfully
Display.
displayed. Correct? Eighth, enter username and password. Oh, no, because my assumption was the credentials are already been saved, right, in the browser.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Check the username and the password is auto-populated in the
Display.
login page.
Login page.
Correct?
Yes, sir.
Now, 9, click on login. verify the verify the login. You'll verify the dashboard of the logged in user is displayed. That means your shopping cart and all those things, right? Okay. If you marked anything, okay.
Okay, sir.
See this for. Can you see, like, how I did? I put in the stepwise approach. What will actually happen? Okay. How I'm
Yes, sir.
actually doing? How I'm actually verifying this one? Okay. If I
Yes,
take
sir.
if I take an example of the login pages for the existing users, probably the login page for the existing users are different than the new users. Okay, so we are going to verify, okay, whether, okay, for the new users, okay, whether I'm able to click on this create user, your Amazon account, and then once click on this, it'll give you a form to fill in your name, first name, last name, mobile number, and whatever, so you will go to verify those items, and then you click on create. Probably you need to enter your date of birth, sex, and everything, and then click on create. So it should should create your login or the username.
Login. Yes, sir.
Okay, and there is another scenario. If the username already exists, then system should give you an error or like notification stating that already the username has been utilized.
Yes, sir.
Select, give some, and system should give us some sort of a suggestions for your user ID, or you come up with your own different user ID, so which is not already been utilized. So there are multiple scenarios, right? And how we're going to verify them. Okay, what we have done here, I've entered, I've sequentially making sure the scenario A, which is identifying the existing users, okay, is verified. So what I've done, I've sequentially written, I'm clicking on the browser, entering the Amazon .in in the browser. I'm checking whether the it's loaded up appropriately, because assume, like, instead of you typing Amazon.in, probably you would have entered Amazon.in rather than Amazon. Okay, no, instead of ZON, you've entered ZEN, right? Then it will take you to a different website altogether. Amazon and Amazon is completely different. So you're verifying whether that a website is loaded up properly, right? Check if the message displayed in the browser as mentioned in the screenshot, because we know this is the screenshot, and this is how it should look like, right? And click on the sign in and verify if the login page is successfully displayed. Check the username and the password is auto populated in the login page, because this is the assumptions what we had. That is, we call it as prerequisite or assumptions. Okay, and let me write, okay, assumptions slash prerequisite. Okay, and check the username. Okay, it's populated in the login page. Click on login, verify the dashboard of the logged in user is displayed. So that means you have finished one cycle, right? So now you are able to you're able to log in successfully with an existing user. Are you with me?
Yes,
Now,
sir.
Yes,
okay,
sir.
she actually written some of, like, positive scenario, negative scenario, which is really good. Okay, we'll come back to that one as well. Okay, what do you mean by positive scenario? So what we have written here, okay, it is, we assume, okay, it is actually going to work as expected. That is nothing but positive scenario. That means there is no hiccups in loading this browser. There are no hiccups in loading loading the Amazon.in website. There is no hiccups in message, the whatever it is displayed is appropriate or right, if there is no issues with that, and you're able to sign in successfully, there is no error comes up while you're trying to log in or all those things. So those are a positive scenarios. That means you're you're expecting the system to work in certain way and it is working as expected. Okay, you are verifying that particular flow of action, which you think there wouldn't be any sort of an issues while performing those actions, to get to the end result. Okay, now here she mentioned also like negative test cases or test steps or negative test scenarios. Okay, let me give you an example of negative test scenario. Okay, now here what was our scenario? Identifying the existing users. Okay, so we are doing the verifying the existing scenarios. Give me a minute, please. Okay. Sorry. Okay, now we are testing the identifying the existing users. Okay, now here, if you see here, check if the message displayed in the browser as mentioned in the screenshot. Okay, what if I don't get to see this not Mahesh? What if I don't see this? What should happen? What if the credentials which was saved as part of my prerequisite, okay, it is not loaded automatically? What should what should your system behave like?
Invalid
Because
username.
correct, invalid username or anything for that matter. So that means it is not the conventional steps or conventional flow opposed to what you are expecting to happen in that. So it is actually been deviated from your expected result. So you need to ensure, what if the username is not displayed? Okay, so for an example, let's take an example here. Okay, you clicked on sign in our the test steps, and you expect to see email or mobile number and the password here. Okay, now the password is a combination of the characters, your numbers and everything. And like in your email ID, it's a valid, it should have a valid email ID. Okay, now when you enter the valid email ID and valid password and click on login, so it is you're able to log in into the Amazon. Now instead of me entering my valid email ID or my mobile phone number, I entered something. Okay, if I enter, instead of mobile number, I enter 123456789. What should my application do? It should give me a notification stating that, okay, it's an invalid phone number or invalid email ID.
Email.
Okay, now, so instead of it giving, instead of giving that message, what if it, it's allow you to log in? Is it expected?
No, sir.
No, it's
No,
not.
sir.
Yeah, you are not a actual user. Okay, it is not a valid email ID, and it is not a valid mobile number.
Yes, sir.
And you're entering the invalid input or invalid details there, and you're trying to log in, and the system is allowing you to log in. Okay, that is a breach of the expected result, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So that is nothing but the negative scenarios. How you're ensuring you're verifying the negative scenarios. You'll key in the invalid inputs to either it can be username, password, or any functionality of any of the application or device, whatever you take it as. Okay, you're giving a wrong input, and you're checking whether application is still able to validate or work as expected. Okay. In
Yes.
our case, it should not allow you to log in. In any other examples, probably it gives you some sort of a notification, or it might give, have a different functionality altogether. It will direct you to, reset your password, anything for that matter. It solely depends on how that requirement has been agreed and, and the design has been done. So that's the reason, if you recollect what we have learned, we have learned about the design requirements and all those things, isn't
Yes,
it?
sir. Yes, sir.
So those are things are very, very important. Okay, these are and hope you guys understood the negative scenarios as well now.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
what is the positive scenarios and what is the negative scenarios? Okay.
Okay.
So now, okay, I want to end this, I pause this at this moment, okay, because I saw some people actually, who were submitted their assignment, it has not been refined so well, okay. It is not covered in, is as I was expecting for. I understand it's the first time we are doing, okay, it takes some time, okay. I want you guys to think from this perspective, what we discussed today. I
Okay,
really
sir.
want you guys to come up with your own examples and write these scenarios first, okay? And then take the particular scenario, okay? If there are any prerequisites or assumptions, put your assumptions here. It has to be done in this way, and then write all your, the verification steps.
Okay,
Don't
sir.
worry, okay? We there is much more to this, okay? We are just starting with a very tiny bit here with the test cases,
Okay, sir.
okay?
Okay, sir.
Hope you understood, right? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So I would expect some of you guys, or rather all of them, okay, please do send your, the assignments and try to, do in the way what actually I have mentioned, please. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Let me see, how many people will, get things right. And, again, it is not right or wrong. We will refine if there are any sort of, deviations or, not written properly. We will learn about it. Okay. Eventually, we'll, the ultimate goal is that, we have to write the test scenarios, test steps, and everything appropriately. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Excellent. Great. Okay. Sorry, I had to, drop off because of my other meetings. Okay. And yeah, let's connect, sometime either this week or early next week. We will communicate. Okay. But please do ensure you, work on this and submit your assignment, please. Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thanks, guys. Thank you very much.
Sir,
Okay.
different
Have a
types of
good.
models you are explaining now, sir. First one, waterfall is over.
Sorry.
Now you are explaining the models, na SDLC.
Yeah.
So only we have done, na waterfall.
Yes. There are many other stuff as I mentioned earlier. Okay. There are many other models.
Okay.
Let's, yeah. So, just to give you, basic idea of how it works. Okay. We have used the waterfall model. Okay. There are many other stuff. Okay. So, okay. Yeah. Let's
Thank you so
work
much,
on this
sir.
test scenarios and then we will come back. Okay.
Okay,
Thank
sir.
you,
Thank you
guys.
so
Thank
much,
you.
sir.
Have a great evening. Take care. Bye.
You too, sir. Thank you.
Bye.